So good morning. I am live and streaming from my temporary accommodation where I've been living for the last 2.5 months. I am doing live streaming now for all my social media, and this is my political community. I need to work on this and make sure that I'm going to use my life experiences to help other people. It is controversial. I know it's hard, and I know that I'm going to have to do a lot of things which will not be easy for me. But I'm taking everything as a learning curve, as a learning experience, because I need to grow as a human being. And most importantly, I need to help the people to also overcome obstacles in their lives. I have a lot of energy, and I have all the tools and knowledge to take the lead, and this is what I'm doing right now. I'm live streaming, and I'm going to share with my community, my political community, and I like to call it community, the new age political movement or community, because this is new, this is something new. We in this community from the new age political movement, we care for different aspects of the economy. So we believe that everything's connected: the health, social security, the tax system, the well-being, the planet. Everything's connected, and we need to find policies that help and benefit the majority of the people. Right now, the politicians live in a bubble, right? I just don't want to blame politicians for all of our problems. To be quite frankly, people need to take a step forward and say, hey, we are the ones to blame, and we need to call up the politicians and ask for their help, because, as I said earlier, they live in a bubble. They don't know what's happening, right? They might read something here and there, but they don't know the reality. So there are a lot of people that are going through really difficult times right now with the COVID. And it's very important that the government, the politicians know what's happening, right? So, yeah, I mean, I am dedicated to use my case, everything about my life, and then present it to the world, and present it to the politicians, present it to the parliament, and hopefully we will be heard. Yeah, and I can use my case to help other people. This is my whole goal, my whole mission. I'm willing to sacrifice everything to be able to help other people. So, yes. So, this is my goal and my mission in life. And I have got to do that. I've got to give my best to help this community that I am creating. So, right now, I'm writing policies. So, I'm writing policies, and I'm writing about things that are difficult in my life. And these things are affecting a lot of other people's lives as well, here in Berlin as I speak. And what is interesting is that I want to use these policies that I've been writing to present them to the Parliament. I mean, to the European Parliament, or even here to the German Parliament, and also to the court as well if it's needed. So right now I'm working on this case here that I'm showing you right now, which I strongly believe that the job center is responsible for the homeless crisis in Berlin. And I have a lot of evidence, and I've waited a long time, and I collected a lot of evidence slowly I was putting things together, and I was connecting the dots. And I mean, my story is really complex, obviously, because I was a victim of domestic violence, and my ex-partner is part of a mafia here in Berlin. So, but having said that, there's a lot of evidence that there are correlations between my case and other people's cases. I've spoken to a lot of people in the past before COVID, and I've gathered a lot of. So I am ready to present it to the parliament. I'm ready to present it to the court, and I'm ready to help the most vulnerable people that are out there on the streets, the homeless people, and people that might become homeless because there is very little help and support to them. So this is the pandemic. I believe that no one should be left behind, absolutely no one. And right now I can see that the system is trying to trick people, the system is trying to save money. It is not a time to think about money, right? It's a time to think about helping everyone in society. Literally every poor, the middle class, and even if it's needed, the upper class as well. So I believe we should all connect and help each other out some way in other ways. So it's very important that I focus on this policy today. So today I'm dedicating myself to improve this policy here that you can see on the screen. I'm going to show you right now. So this policy is stating that the job center is responsible for the homeless crisis. And so, yeah, so I mean, it says it all, right? So the job center is responsible for the homeless crisis. So I will finish this policy today, and I will present it to the parliament. So sorry, I'm just trying to bring it up here on the screen. Yes, and then it's nicer. So you can see my face. Hi. And then you can see the policy at the same time. Yeah, so I'm setting all this up by myself. Is really interesting. I'm learning. There's so much to learn on the setup here. But it's really nice. I like it because I'm challenging myself. Let's put it that way. So I've taken the steps now to lead. I want to lead people. I want to help people. I want to be a force for good. I want to help this planet. And I want to make sure that all countries and all people and the planet are unified and are working well together. So this policy is the goal. So this policy is written. I've not finished yet, so I'm still writing. So I'm writing this policy, so I'm almost finished. I just need to end it today and finalize it and publish today on the website. So this policy is explaining my life situation here in Berlin right now as I speak, and telling you I've been through so much. I don't know how I'm still standing right now, but I'm a fighter and I'm fighting for my human rights, and that's what it is. But I could have taken a short track. I could have exit because I have opportunities in different countries. But I just want to emphasize that this is where I want to live right now. Like, just give up on my dream just because it will be easier for me, right? So I have so much that I need to do here in Germany. I need to perfect my German. I want to have a life here. I want to live here, and I want to build a community here. So I believe in the German people, despite that I've been unlucky, despite that I know that the propensity the people here will be hard and difficult with foreigners like myself. It's quite high. I know the propensity is high. I know what I have to deal with, but I also know there are good people because I've met them already and I've got so much support and help. And without them, I wouldn't be here right now. So, to make a long story short, this is the policy about my life experience. One of the policies, this policy is about the job center specifically, but it's also connected with different other policies that is on the website. So you can read all these policies, and I'm working all of them. Hopefully within the next few days, they are all going to be ready. Today, this policy from the job center will be ready and done, and you can read in full and understand everything. I will do that after this video. So this policy is telling you everything about what's happening. So this is the introduction. It's telling you that the job center is using illegal or manipulative barriers to trick people out of the benefits, and it's exactly what happened to me. They give a lot of excuses trying to use the law and using a lot of tricky and evil manipulative techniques to delay racist, xenophobic, homophobic. They have no respect for humans. I mean, I can see their attitude. There's a bad vibe to the employees at the job center. They are using personal criteria to choose who gets benefit and not really the law. And since we've been dealing with the pandemic, I mean, a lot of people will become homeless if the job center don't help them. The problem with that is that it will cost the government more money. So when people go into homelessness, the government spends more money on these individuals than if the government prevents people from becoming homeless and supporting them. This is exactly what's happening to me. I was almost homeless a few months ago, 2 months and a half ago, and I was getting support from the charity, homeless charity, and that's the thing. Getting help from the homeless charity, following the steps on the homeless path is more expensive than if the job center support an application right now. And this is what will happen to a lot of people. They'll become homeless. That's more expensive for the government. It's not logical. So here explains the beginning of my situation, which is linked with the domestic violence. And again, you can read everything online. And then when I lived in Mita, and again, there is another policy about this because I was living with a lunatic that didn't believe in social distancing. And then there is the current Friedrichshain Kreuzberg, which is the latest issue, which again, I understand what they are saying, but we are dealing with a pandemic, so you cannot put people into homelessness if you have the resources to help them. So the case is almost finished. I will put the final end here today, and which is explain a little bit more about the situation right now and what's the next steps, etc. But the goal is to demand social change by creating laws that transfer proceeding techniques. So yeah, the job center has an illegal proceeding technique that delays the application. So if people have needs, if people are going through difficult times, for example, domestic violence, people have disability, people have health disability or conditions that need immediate attention from the job center, they shouldn't use this transfer proceeding technique because it delayed the application, right? So people don't have time. I mean, you're in a domestic violence household, you don't have time. You want to get out of it. So you need the government to be there to help you to get out of it, right? It's a life and death situation. I mean, my ex-partner tried to kill me. I mean, I needed to get out of it. My life was at risk. No one helped me. The job center didn't help me. The police didn't help me. nothing helped. The only place that helped me was the court, but there was the whole process. I had to go to the court, started legal proceedings. It was complex. It was difficult. Even so, my ex-partner didn't follow the law, didn't follow the court's decision, and then the police didn't do anything either afterwards. Even when I had a court proceedings against my ex, so which proves that people need help from the government. We cannot wait, let people die, right? So let people become homeless. Not fair. Then there was the GoFundMe campaign that I created, and it was amazing because some of my friends helped me with this GoFundMe campaign. So my goal was to use that money to get out of homelessness, to pay for my deposit, and then once I got a job, once I have the money, I give it back to my friend. But then the job center classified as income, which is clearly not income, right? I needed to get out from where I was. I mean, there was no help from the government, there was no money. I needed to do the GoFundMe campaign, right? So they told me that was income, and then it made my situation even more difficult. And then, of course, there's the pandemic, and the job center must. So this policy is demanding 48 hours when there is evidence that it is an emergent situation, for example, as a health condition or domestic violence, or you name it, right? So if there is evidence there is an emergent situation, the job center must apply 48 hours to must application 48 hours. So and then I mean, it's kind of fair, right? We are all penalized for wrongdoing, and I agree with the law. I agree with democracy. So number 4 policy here, of course, if the employee is convicted of wrongdoing, this person needs to be charged for it. We are living in a system that we need to obey and follow the laws. Yeah, of course, when I do something wrong, I pay for it, right? And I agree, right? I may not to take responsibility for my actions. When I do something wrong, I explain that I did something wrong and I apologize and I learn from that experience. But I don't discriminate against, I'm not racist. And so if someone is being convicted here, exactly what it says, they should be laid off. It's a fair play, right? We need to deal with energy. We need people that care about others, because most importantly, the job center should help people to find long-term employment. Point. Yeah. So this is what I've been working at. Few days. Yeah, it's been non-stop. But I am really focused, really focused, and I am dedicated to help people to overcome homelessness and other life obstacles. So you need to help me. Yeah, you need to help me because I'm a lawyer. I have a lot of energy and I have a lot of passion for politics. And I believe in the legal system, in the court, and I believe in the political system, in democracy. So because of that, I'm reaching out because I need your help. Yes, especially if you're German and you are, if you really, I mean, I just don't want to connect with people that will waste my time. If you really care about the Black Lives Matter movement, if you really believe that we live in a society that white supremacy is distracting our democracy, if you really believe that we can improve the society as a whole, and you're German right now, of course, this could be, I mean, I need help from all over the world, but I need help with German content. So my German writing is not good. I mean, I'm okay with English. Yeah, I lived in the UK for many years. So, but yeah, of course, it would take time until my German is fluent. And yeah, I'm studying really hard German, but it will take time. So I'm patient with it. I'm not punishing myself, but I need someone that speaks German that will help me with the German editing, with the German reading, reproving, and yeah, I mean, and also it needs to be someone that is really interested in the Black Lives Matter movement, and someone that has good intentions at heart, because this is the kind of people I want to connect with, people that have good intentions at heart, people that want to change, improve the society as a whole. Yeah, so follow, subscribe, and I'm going to be live streaming now. I just want to share everything what's going on the spot. And yes, I mean the Black Lives Movement is booming right now, as we can see what's going on in the U.S. Yeah, I mean evidence of a unbalanced society, and it is everywhere. I mean, it's not just in the West, it's not just in Germany. The same thing happens in the UK. The same thing happens in Brazil. I mean, Black Lives Matter, and we need your help. Even though if you're not black, we need your help. But we need the help of people that really believe in the cause and really want to help improve the society, because we are we are one people, right? And race is just a construct and it's been created to divide us. But yeah, of course, we need to use this Black Lives movement to make sure that we are unified and connected, and make sure that in the future we are one people. But it's still a long way to go. And this policy that I'm working on about the job center is so connected with the Black Lives Movement. Of course, I'm black. Of course, yeah, I'm gonna suffer discrimination, and that's what's happening. So I need someone to help me, a German individual with good intentions at heart. So drop me a message, follow, subscribe, send me an email, or even call me. Let's connect. So now let me get to the policy. I have so much work to do. I'm not going to German schools for the last few days because I really have to work on this live streaming, and I really have to make sure that the policies are finished. So I just want to apologize to my German teacher. She's great, but yeah, to my school as well. I am not going. You will be watching this because I'm gonna send you this. So my apologies. I can only focus on my German when I have a place to live, when I can eat, and when I know that I'm not gonna become homeless and sleep on the streets, right? And at the same time, every time I go to the streets, I see a lot of homeless people. So it's heartbreaking. So yeah, so I will end the video, and I will keep working hard, and I just want to make this community proud. So follow, subscribe, leave the comment down below, and see you in my next video.